You see what's happening with Encuentro. There's a lot of new developments. Some are small, some are big, but it's changing. What is your fear with the change that's happening for Encuentro? Cabarete in the last 15 years, how have you seen it change?
Cabarete has changed a lot.
If you could pick any wave in the world to surf, which wave would it be? How do you guys feel about travel and tourism here? Like, is a big part of your guys' clientele? Is it people that are from traveling or foreigners? You have the choice. Would you choose to raise your children in the Dominican Republic here on the North Coast?
100%.
Now, Luimi, I have a serious question for you, okay?
Boy.
And I need honesty here, all right? Out of you three, or you can throw me in the mix too, okay? Who's the best domino player?
I'm not gonna say nothing, but that would be Sai.
This is episode 6. It's Your Life, Time to Live It podcast. And today's episode is a special one to my heart. We're going to talk about a grand opening that's happening this Saturday. So the Dominican Surf School.
Yes, already 22.
Fantastic.
Yes.
We're going to talk about surf culture and lifestyle here in the Dominican Republic. And we're also going to share with you why 3 reasons why my family chose to relocate here. And the 3 reasons are actually here today. So let's jump into it. Let's have some fun and let's get started. So with all the different activities that are here on the North Coast, right? Like, what are some of the different athletic water sports that are available here, Ato?
I do most of it surfing,
Yeah.
sometimes kite.
Mm-hmm.
I like snorkeling,
Mm-hmm.
spearfishing,
Stand-up paddleboard,
stand-up paddleboard. Yeah.
right? And out of all of those, like ones that you guys are all watermen, you do all of those different sports. Wimmy, tell me a little bit about why you fell in love with surfing. Why do you prefer surfing over those other activities? I know you like all of them, but why did you choose surfing? Like, why did it capture your heart?
My first time when I came to Encuentro, because this is the spot where we surf, I met a friend. I met him before I came to surf, but before I surf, I used to work on horse, and he invited me to surf, and I saw the surfboard, and I was so interested on this, and I told him, okay, I will come one day. Like 2 or 3 weeks later, I came to the beach. He borrowed me a board, and after that day, like I didn't want to go back to the horse. I fell in love since that day, like to feel the water, the good vibe. That was amazing.
Yeah, and I can tell you from surfing with you guys and being able to surf with my children, I think the absolute best way to start a day is getting up early, going to Encuentro Beach, getting some vitamin D with the sunlight, some salt water, and if you're lucky enough, catching a good wave. How is that to start your day?
After you catch a wave, you feel free, man.
Oh,
You know, like the day, you can start the day, and no matter what stand in front of you, you will deal with those things. Like you surf already, man.
yeah.
And I think this bring peace to you.
I agree. I agree. There's a certain amount of serenity that comes with that, right? Once you get out of the water and you rinse off the salt water and you just kind of pause for a second, it's really a special moment.
Really special.
And I want to thank you guys, you 3, for introducing myself and my family to surfing. Like, we love it. Without you 3 over there, man, I would be lost. Thank you guys.
Pleasure, bro.
Absolutely. And Papito, tell me a little bit about your story growing up and how you discovered surfing.
You know, I used to hang out in Cabarete for a long time, since 2005 or 4 or 3, around. And then my mom would stay here, around here, Casa Linda, around. I used to go to Cabarete to do clean the shoes of the tourists and give flowers to the tourists too, for they give me dollars. And then after a while, I decided to move to Kite Beach to help the tourists with the kite. I would hold in the kite and carry the kiteboard. And well, this morning, I was in cafeteria in front of Aguarina. And Antonio from Buena Onda, he saw me over there and he invited me to surf. And that was the reason why I went to Encuentro. And then I surfed that day, and from that day I decided to going every day to Encuentro Beach and surfing every day.
Wow. Oh, that's incredible. And Nato, I am amazed because when we go spearfishing, you're like a fish in the water. Like, oh my goodness. Do you remember that first time we caught the octopus? And I got freaked out and I had to call you over to take it off the spear. Yeah, that was funny.
That was very funny.
That was hilarious. Now, why would somebody prefer surfing over kiting? Like, because you do both and you like both, but why would someone prefer surfing over kiting?
With kite, the kite, like most of it, just take you normally. But for surfing, you have to use your whole body to do surfing. The surfing, you need to paddle, you need to catch your own wave, you need to stand up. But for kite, you just put the board, you just grab, you pull, and then you riding.
Would you say kiting is easier than surfing?
Yes.
Well,
Goodness, I don't know about
well, if you ask me, I don't want to deal with so many things.
That's
Yeah.
the thing right there.
When I go to surf, I pick my board, I put a leash, some wax, and bye. See you later.
There you
But the kite, too many things to deal.
Like
Kite.
I like the connection you have with the water.
Yes.
Seeing you start paddling out, it's very physical.
Yeah.
And I think kite is very technical. Like it's like I drive a car.
Yeah.
And I think I can add of this. That's why you hear some like kite surfing, windsurf, and surf, and stand up paddle because all this sport in one moment is gonna finish in the wave because you want that connection with the ocean.
Absolutely. Now, talking a little bit about Dominican Surf School, you guys have been friends since how long? Like pretty much since you were born?
Yeah, we know each other for a long time ago, and I used to work for Dominican Surf School long time ago, and for almost all the school on the beach right there, for Bobo, for Luciano, for Buena Onda, sometimes for Chino too. And when I was a kid, well, actually more young, I know when Benjamin, Robert Tico, Luimi, and Yato, even Mas was around, they growing up somewhere, like I decided one time to make a summer camp for the community, and they wasn't in that camp. So that was 3 times a week. We do fitness, we do like English. I remember we talk about butterman about, and yes. And so I do my camp over there, and from there, later on, I decided to make my summer camp with a little bit of this detail.
Absolutely. And do you guys remember the moment when the three of you sat down and said, let's do it? Like Dominican Surf School, it's us three, let's do this. I know you have the track record. You had some of the camps that were super successful. You already were electric when it comes to your charisma on the beach as far as being friendly and meeting different people, learning to speak English. But do you guys remember the moment when you actually sat down and talked about like, what does Dominican Surf School, what is it going to look like? What are we going to do? How are we going to make this business work? Do you guys remember that?
I remember a bit. I think they start like around the COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mine so many times to think.
That's right.
Yeah. Boring, drinking, sitting, looking forward. Yeah. Since that day, we become partner.
I think the moment that I knew that you guys were onto something that was really special, do you remember me and you sitting down during COVID at the pool? And business was really slow because we're in the middle of COVID and we had certain restrictions and the tourism wasn't happening. There was a good stretch of like, I think 6 months there where people were afraid to travel. And I think we sat down at the pool outside my house and you said, what am I going to do? And I said, what are you good at?
Yeah, like all the people look me with a lot of potential and they all want to do something with surfing. And I already have the name of the surf school, Dominican Surf School. And Kobe, you got me and say, okay, let's sit down and let's make a pay plan. And that's what we did. We're working really hard behind the door. And when Kobe gave the opportunity to we can go to the beach and do some activity, I was ready. All the other school was not ready because they were a little bit afraid, like it's not gonna be a good decision, but we were ready. And I remember that day when I showed on the beach waiting for 5 people. It was like a 35 to 50 people. Like, oh wow.
That gave me goosebumps.
Yes.
I remember the excitement with that day. Do you remember that, Luimi?
Yeah, I remember that.
My goodness. I think we had set up so that people could pay online And so I think we only had 5 people that registered and already had paid. There's a lot of people that said verbally they were going to show up. And that day when we showed up on the beach, you guys ready to go, all of a sudden, like it was like a school bus of kids got dropped off there. And then it was like, let's go. This is showtime. And you guys pulled it off. No injuries. There's tons of kids. You pulled together all of the different people on the beach to come and help you guys with that event. And that's the moment that I knew that you guys were onto something special. If you could make that time work, I knew that anything else that you guys were going to put your mind to was going to work. For me, that was a tipping point for you guys, right? That's when you guys won me over. I said, you guys, if you put your mind to do something, you can absolutely do it. And how many children's surf camps have you had since then?
Yeah, we're running this year the number 6. So we already have 5 years doing the camp. Every year better and better. And the kid love it. I surprised your daughter, Rosalie, the other day. I was like, oh, she's growing now and she might already tired of the same things of the camp and things like this. And she love it. You know, she's sometimes coming for 2 weeks and she stay 7, 8 weeks like if she could. Sometimes she had to travel and then you going Friday, the Wednesday, and she said, let me go Monday and Thursday before we go away.
Yeah, Rosalie's like the type of kid, like she doesn't want to miss it. Even if she's like feeling a little bit sick or tired, she's like, I'm going. She absolutely loves the surf school. And for us, because during the weekdays, it's hard to get them into the water because when the sun rises and when they have to be in school. But in the summer, we have more available time. And that's where you can really see when she's working with you guys over a consistent period, a couple months, and in the water every day, that's where she's had some of her most explosive growth and breakthroughs as far as surfing goes, is that time that she spent with you guys. You guys are forever her coaches. That will never, ever change. And for my son also. Ato, tell me a little bit. Cabarete in the last 15 years, how have you seen it change?
Cabarete's changed a lot, especially after Kobe. It changed a lot. Kobe make a little bit slow, but now Cabarete is coming more stronger than ever have seen.
And when you have like friends visit, or when you're meeting people that are from outside the country, maybe visiting here for the first time, what do you think is special about Cabarete that they enjoy?
The special is the people.
Absolutely.
The people. We're open to everybody that comes to us. We're open. We're trying to do our best to help. They have a really good time. We don't make them feel like they're friends. We try they make feel that they're family to us.
Absolutely. Well, you guys are my family for sure. I believe that. Thank you guys. I feel it, not believe it. I feel it. And when you guys are doing the summer camps, and when you also have larger groups, because you guys are now doing different events for larger groups, what are some of the day activities that you guys are doing with the larger groups in your camps right now?
Snorkeling, jiu-jitsu, yoga. We bring them to the river. This is the river is close from here, like 40 minutes away in Hamao. It's a really nice view there too, and they love it to be there.
And if somebody is thinking about visiting here, and maybe they have a younger child, let's say like from 4 to 10, and they haven't tried surfing before, what would you tell them? What would you tell the parent?
Well, they are in a good hand.
Family. Absolutely. Absolutely, right? And surf etiquette, that's something that took me a while to learn, right? So a lot of people who are maybe just beginning surfing and they come to Encuentro because it is the surf capital of the Caribbean, there's little things that beginners should know and even intermediates should know. What are some examples of like surf etiquette? Give me one thing about surf etiquette if somebody's surfing that they should know about.
They should know about the current, how to work with other people around where they are, and when they're going in to get a sample where they start, let out the current don't take them away. Otherwise, if they don't take a sample where they start, then they don't check, the current can take them away where they should not be.
There you are. And Wimmy, what's another surf etiquette?
The most important one is the respect,
Yes.
out and inside of the water.
Absolutely. Absolutely. In the water, give me an example of like respect, because when somebody's coming here to surf, right, that respect needs to be over here, because if you want to have respect, you need to give respect, right? So give me an example of surf etiquette when it comes to, let's say, if somebody's out on the peak.
As you said already, when you are in the peak, You should have the priority, but also you have to be friendly with the other people. Like you catch a wave, you don't gonna come back to to the lineup and sit on the P and catch another wave. You should also give some way to the other people. Like that. I can call that respect too for other people.
Absolutely. And I also learned, and thank goodness that I had you guys as coaches, but also if you're intermediate or beginner, you have to know the conditions, right? I need to be aware there's different parts in Encuentro. Some are really good for beginners, some are good for intermediate, and some is only for the advanced. So making sure that you understand where is the right part to surf, I think is very important because you can hurt somebody, right? If you're in the wrong spot and you have a longboard and you don't know what you're doing and you try and take a wave and you hit somebody, someone can get hurt, right? And what else with etiquette?
Yeah, like, in competition, they always have like the big marshal, the who give you the jersey. In professional competition, the big marshal is the who have more knowledge about the place you are going to serve. So something I always recommend to any surfer, especially when you tourist, from there, or you don't know well surfing, always ask to the local where to go and where to be because they're gonna give you to you the right answer and the right way to not be in trouble with the current or maybe sometimes with the same local and the peak.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I always advise any of my friends that come or family that visit, or even some clients that are coming down here, I'm like, the first thing that you need to do if you want to surf is go and have a coach, go and have a lesson. Because sometimes people are looking and saying, oh, maybe I can just rent a board and figure it out on my own. And those are the ones that usually cause the trouble. So at least the first 5 to 10 times that I believe that you're going in the water, you should have a coach with you.
Yeah. So surf is you, like even me, like surfing for 22 years, like when I travel and go on vacation for surf trip, I try to be really nice with the local people over there and ask a lot of questions and be in the corner until like a while I can see like how everything is going on, and then I might go more forward if I can. That is very important. You take your corner and you a little, you go where you can go, and time will tell you where exactly you gonna be.
Absolutely. And I know Atto because I watched you on TV. By the way, we were cheering you on. You've competed for the Dominican Republic as a professional surfer like outside of the country. Tell me about a little bit about your experience competing for your country.
It's been amazing. I love it. It's very good to know different country, know the culture, how the people are around, different language, different like the food, like it, the wave, the most important, the water, no cold. You know,
And where were you competing?
I compete in California, Colombia, Panama, Peru, Salvador. That's the country I already have compete.
And which one was your favorite?
Salvador.
And who is in one of your heats?
Owen Wright.
Oh, and right.
Oh yeah.
There you are. We were cheering you on that one. They were actually yelling at the TV when you took the wave the wrong way.
Hey.
Yeah, they were yelling at you on the TV. You didn't see it, but I was there with them.
There we go.
They were yelling at you, right? We had all of a sudden when his leash broke, we're like, yes, Hato has a chance. And then he went all the way back in, fixed the leash. I think it was the leash, right?
Yeah.
And then he got back out there and somehow he managed to advance. Yeah. It was pretty impressive on his part.
Yeah, this event I was the coach of the Dominican Republic. I was there on the beach, and after the heat later on in the afternoon, we watched a photo of Otto making a really huge snap and overall staying on the beach like a looking him like that. That is for him. I think that was gonna be really nice photo for saving.
I want that. Get me that photo. Maybe that's a good birthday present for you.
I don't think anybody else gonna have a picture like that anymore because Owen Wright doesn't compete anymore.
Well, that's there we are, right? Everyone has a clock, right? Yeah. So when you're competing at the highest level, there's like a little time frame, right, for greatness. And Papito, very few people have the opportunity to actually say they were the athlete of the year for an entire country.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, that moment I was very focused and surfing every day, training. I was in shape. I was not like here now, I'm now a little fat. Yeah, I love it. When I was growing up in surfing, I met Orlando Bonilla, who's named now Kakale, and also Rene Go, the longboard champion from Dominican Republic. So, but I got really big uh, people around me when I was growing up, when I was a kid, especially Kakale. I remember he have a lot of trophy winning Costa Rica, champion here, champion there. And I remember every time when I had the opportunity to went to his house, I count his trophy all the time. And later on, I was Dominican champion from junior, mini junior, longboard, stand-up paddle, open 2 time. Have a more or less good result outside the country, and then that's why in 2010 I get the Athlete of the Year, and that for me was really good, especially because when you next to Felix Diaz, to who was a gold medal boxing 2012 around, all these Athlete of the Year, all the sport like boxing, volleyball, basketball, like judo, those things, like it was around 200 people over there, like off there was athletes of each different sport. Like for me, it was very special to be over there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's amazing. I'm proud of you for that.
Thank you.
Right? I'm proud of my friend who won Athlete of the Year for their high school, let alone the country. So on that one, that's amazing. And, for a lot of people, they may not know my story, right? In 2015, I had sold a business and we decided to move here for a year. Remember when I was living in Perla Marina? Rosalie was, I think, a little bit under 2 years old, and my son was doing grade 1 in school, and that's where our friendship started. And at that time, I was at the beach all the time. We got to build out a relationship. You guys made us feel like family, like how Ato said. There's countless times we had late nights, good parties at my house, good parties at the beach, but we really were able to build our friendship. And when I had to go back home because we had a house being built and also had a business that was there, one of the daydreams that I would dream every time that it was cold over there was about to be on the beach with you guys, having a beer with my family back here. And that was always my goal. So when I went back to Canada, although we still came in the winters, my goal was to eventually come back here. And that's what we did in January 2020. And without you three guys, I don't know if our story would have been the same. I think it would have been a little bit different. So as we're now entering 10 plus years, 10 years of being in the North Coast, a lot of our family's joy and a lot of, the things that we do together, you guys have a thumbprint on it. And I wanted to express my gratitude to you guys for that. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to Catherine. It means a lot to my kids. Thank you guys. I really, really appreciate that, right? That being said, Ato and Wimi, you guys are fathers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we are.
How does it feel to be a father?
You change your mind a lot. Your mind completely change. Now you cannot just be doing the same thing you were doing before. Just go and hang out without thinking about something happened. And when you go anywhere and your son is around, your mind, your brain is not chill. You're always thinking about what he doing. If something happened to him. Are he having fun? Like always something. It's hard to just chill and not think about this anymore. But beside that, I love it. It's amazing. It's another world.
Yeah. It opens a new part in your heart that sometimes you don't know that was even there. And Wimi, your son, he's so cute, by the way. He's adorable. Tell me about being a father.
This is a feeling is hard to express, bro. You need to be there to know the feeling. But it's amazing. I feel so much love for my son. He's everything for me.
Absolutely. And how do you feel about raising your children here? Would you raise them anywhere else? Like, if you have the choice, would you choose to raise your children in the Dominican Republic here on the North Coast?
100%.
Yeah, I want him to grow up here.
Yeah.
With the people here, to grow the culture here. He get the vibe from here too. everything. I want him to grow up here.
Yeah, my son, the first time he came here, I put him on the sand on the beach, and 1 minute later, he was eating an almond without me teaching him that he know that he can eat this.
He
It's
figured
on his
out.
blood.
Yeah, it's in his blood. Oh my goodness, Otto, you are the ultimate. Like, if we're gonna be stranded anywhere, Catherine says this sometime. If we're gonna be stranded anywhere and we don't have where to get food or anything, if you bring Otto, Otto will make sure that you live. He will catch a fish. Will climb the tree and get a coconut. He will figure something out. No one will go hungry if you're with Otto. He will figure it out.
Sorry, Bobby. She's not gonna pick you.
If she wants to live longer, I don't blame her, right? So Papito, walk me through the life that like a normal day. Like walk me through a normal day for you. Like how does it start? How does it finish? What does your day look like now?
Another thing is a weekend or weekend. A week or weekend.
You tell me which is your favorite.
My favorite is the weekend because I will finish with a couple beer. But for me, a normal day is wake up. I'm the person, when I wake up, I always go into the beach, no matter what. For the moment, I have my surf school there, and that is one of the reasons. But like if I having the surf school, I go there anywhere. Even when it's hurricane and like it's a lot of wind and the country said don't go to the beach, like I need to see the beach. But, yeah, so I go to the beach, have my coffee every morning over there, and do the surf lesson, then hang out with my friend over there. That is my normal day. That's one of the reasons why I take the decision to have a surf school in Dominican Republic because I want to be in free flop. I want to be in my boy short, warm weather, and I don't have to change clothes for like long pants, shoes, like driving long distance, that is the reason number one after I traveled
Yeah.
some country and I said, nah, I don't want to work in another country. I don't want to work in any city. I want to surf every day and being able to hang out on the beach every day. That is the reason why I think to do surf school. And
I think that's an important lesson because and I don't know if there's a connection with this, but some of the wealthiest people that I met are some of the unhappiest people. And one thing that I learned here is that when you get the opportunity to do things the way that you want on your own time, you define happiness a little bit differently, right? Because sometimes you don't need all the material things when you have some of the things that you shared.
yeah, sometimes, like when I run in a surf competition at Dominican Surf Festival and running summer camp for a week, 5 days a week from in the morning to 5 to 4, with different family, different genders, different culture, different country. And sometimes I see my friends, sometimes they get sick sometimes and I don't. And I say, why I don't get sick? At one point I was thinking, I said, oh, I think the reason I don't get sick much, even if I work in so hard, is because I love it a lot.
I agree. And outside of surfing, Wimmy, what would you say is one of your favorite things to do here on the North Coast, outside of surfing?
Outside of the ocean too.
Yeah. Okay, no, you can pick in the ocean, but not surfing. What would be another one of your favorite things to do?
Baseball, golf, I love it too.
All right, we're going to get you back out there. I like beating you in things. So,
Brothers are feeling better, so
okay, all right.
I would like to do it again.
All right. Ato? Some pool, all right.
Pool, I like baseball.
All right. And Papito?
I like to play softball sometimes. I like basketball and domino. It's something I love it to do.
He just took my one. I was going to say one of my favorite things to do is when I beat you guys in dominoes. Doesn't happen all the time, but every once in a while, it does happen, right? Now, Wimmy, I have a serious question for you, okay?
Why?
And I need honesty here, all right? Out of you three, or you can throw me in the mix too, okay? Who's the best domino player?
I'm not gonna say nothing, but that would be sorry.
Is it him? Come on. I asked for honesty.
You wish.
All right. And Ato, out of you three, because I'm not even in this one, who's the best dancer?
All right. What they gonna say? I'm waiting.
Oh, I like that.
What type of music?
Bachata.
I think Luimi is a overall good dancer.
Overall, a dead sir?
Right,
What would you rate him out of 10?
Yeah, when I 9.
A 9. Oh,
I give my respect to Aldo doing reggaeton and those things.
oh, I see his moves before. He won't get down. He won't get down. Maybe because he's the shortest, he can get closer to the ground.
Good point.
Maybe that has something to do with it. You guys are starting to become one of the premier destinations when somebody's looking for surfing in the Dominican Republic. You have the perfect name, Dominican Surf School. Now you have the reviews, and now you also have a grand opening,
Yep.
right? Tell me about the grand opening. What's going on here?
Yeah, the grand opening is gonna be next Saturday, February 22. We think it will do it around 11 a.m. Yes. And yeah, there we're gonna have drinks. We're gonna make sancocho or barbecue. We don't know yet exactly, but you're gonna have really good time there if you show up because we're gonna have also the domino table.
Is this a personal invite to everyone who's listening?
Yes, everybody.
All right.
Welcome.
Everyone, 11 a.m., Saturday, February 22nd. You need to come to Encuentro Beach and celebrate with Los Boys, Realtor DR, about the grand opening of Dominican Surf School. You guys have arrived. You are here. This is no longer something that you're talking about. You guys did it. Congratulations. That's amazing, right?
Thank you.
Absolutely amazing. Now, on the flip side, you see what's happening with Encuentro. There's a lot of new developments. There's some are small, some are big, but it's changing. Agree with me?
Yep.
All right. What is your fear with the change that's happening for Encuentro?
I hear that they maybe gonna do like a thing for the waves don't break. I don't know how you call this.
Like a break wall?
Yeah. So if they make that, that's gonna mess it up. The
The environment.
surfing area also. All this gonna mess it up. Like nobody's gonna work there doing lessons. Nobody gonna need to have a surf school. There's not gonna be wave if they do that.
Yeah, I don't think that would happen. I hope not. I'd be behind that 100%. Now, I'm just curious, how do you guys feel about travel and tourism here? Like, is a big part of your guys' clientele? Is it people that are from traveling or foreigners?
Actually, traveling.
So a lot of travelers that
Yeah.
are coming to the North Coast and visiting Encuentro. So a big portion of your guys' clients are from overseas. So how do you guys feel about travel and tourism in the Dominican Republic? Is it important?
Yeah, it's important.
Very important.
Very important.
Yeah, when there's no tourists around, all the business start thinking about, oh, it's low season, what happened is nobody show up, what happening. Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Go down.
yeah,
The economy goes down, right?
you see the comment from motoconcho, from taxi, from hotel, from colmado, from restaurant, for the soft school, for everywhere. And when this that happen, everybody talk about. You wanna hear it somewhere. Oh, it's really slow.
Yeah.
It's very
A
important.
lot of people were hurting in COVID, right? It's like when they shut down the doors for a bit, everyone was worried. Like maybe not hungry, but it was hard to make money at that time for a lot of people that were here, from the restaurants to the surf schools to kite surfing, all of that. It was really, really hard. What clients from different parts of the world have you helped before? Name me the countries that you've had a surf lesson with.
Are you ready?
Yes?
Take the pen.
Wow.
The U.S., Russian, Norway, Spain, Czech Republic. Help me, guys. This is a lot of countries. Canada.
Chile now, Chile is on fire. Uruguay, just show off. Puerto Rico, Venezuela, Mexico, and Europe, all part of Europe.
Colombia.
Wow.
Actually, the most people we have is from Europe.
From Europe.
If you ask
Interesting.
me, yeah. I took care already around many people, bro, from Europe. Yeah, the most, I think.
All right. Here's a question for you guys, because I'm really curious to see if you have the same answer or you have a different answer. If you could pick any wave in the world to surf, which wave would it be?
In the work,
Yeah.
the pool.
The pool? You want to surf the pool, Afto?
Also the canal.
The canal? Where's that?
by Seahorse Ranch.
Oh, anywhere in the world. That would be your favorite when it's spiry.
Yes.
Okay, wow.
A wave have power.
Oof. I have a couple one. I like Puerto Plata when it's big.
Biggest wave ever surfed?
Puerto Plata,
How many feet you think?
they say 20.
They say 20.
Yeah.
Atto, biggest wave you think you ever surfed?
Maybe 12 foot, maybe.
Luimi?
Maybe that's right.
Maybe around 12 feet over there. So, what's next for the Dominican Surf School? Where do you guys see yourself in a couple of years from now?
Yeah,
What's next?
we have to go high, bro.
But yeah, we need to get big. Then for the future, that we just can just come to the beach and enjoy and just watch everything's go. Yeah, let's go. Like, like what everybody wants. Make the business, then in the future just enjoy it.
Absolutely. If somebody wants to book a surf lesson, if somebody's interested to learn more about the Dominican Surf Festival, or somebody wants to come for the grand opening, what's the best way they can get a hold of you guys?
Dominican Surf Instagram.
Okay, absolutely.
Yeah, when you go into Dominican Surf on our Instagram, there is a link. We'll show you many options. What do you want to know? Yeah, we have this ready to go.
We are in everywhere. We have a web page. We're on Google. We're on Instagram. We have WhatsApp, Facebook. So we make a link, and for you, just by clicking, you have like
A lot of auction.
like more than 6 options, and you can driving out in, and you can pick what you would like to do with Dominican Surf School.
Absolutely. And if you want to come and hang out with me, I'll be there for the grand opening. My family will be there for the grand opening. And I wanted to say thank you guys. Thank you guys for being a part of our family. Thank you guys for being my children's surf coach. Thank you for making sure that we're safe in the water. And thanks for all the memories that we have made together. It's been an absolute blast. And I am so happy to be a part of your guys' lives. And thank you guys for watching, and tune into the next episode.
And the last one,
Yes.
make sure you come early to the opening because maybe the line for domino is gonna be long.
All right. All right. Well, I'm getting in that game. Sounds good. Thank you guys.
Now we do.
Thank you, Bobby, for inviting us.
Of course, brother.